I'm assuming I left the headset over there. My bad. Yeah. Sorry. I just wanted to get my water, get relaxed. My throat. I went 3 interviews with no water, so. Perfect. Damn. All right. All right. So awesome. You probably see it in the. Oh. Whoa. Whoops. I forgot to fix everything. Getting a little excited here. Yeah. We're not all perfect. There you go. Damn. I hate this mic. I hate this mic arm. Or at least just this part. Everything else about it is actually pretty nice. So yeah. Thank you for everyone who's been in here in the chat. I appreciate it. We've gone through 3 interviews so far, and we are on our final one. So I want to introduce. This is one of my other longtime friends as well. I've known him since middle school. Originally, I met him as Monkey X Ninja. That was an Xbox gamer tag, and now I want to introduce my good old friend Jose, otherwise known as Astro Ed. Yeah. Yeah. The goat. Dope. Awesome. Oh my gosh. I had a burp, sorry.
Sound check.
Check. How's he sounding right now?
Checking. Check.
Oh, what was that?
We're good?
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. Oh, good. All right, so if you can introduce yourself to the chat. Let the people know who you are, your journey, and everything like that.
Yo, my name is Jose. I sometimes go by my middle name, Eddie. Follow me on Instagram at astro.ed. I'm just a guy who's a dude. I don't know. That's about it.
I'm a dude. He's a dude.
Trying to figure it out, you know?
Like we all are. So I guess today we can go straight into like why you chose this background of spaceman.
Because I've always liked space stuff, and I always thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
I did a degree in it. I don't do anything with it now, but I've always been fascinated with science fiction and the like. So I have a huge place in my heart for astronauts and space-related things.
Now, is there any like media that related that has gotten you into that? Was it or something else?
What do you mean by that?
Just like maybe like a movie you watched, a show. So people like kind of get into space through Star Trek or something similar in that realm, or is it just like a kind of anything?
You know, one thing that I remember when I was a wee little lad, I remember coming back home from school one day and like throwing on, Discovery Channel or whatever, watching one of those like documentaries, and they were talking about like, and again, mind you, I'm like maybe 8, 9 or whatever, and they're talking about how the sun is gonna explode in a billion years.
Give me the anxiety at that early age.
And then I like that meme. I don't know if you've seen it, but yeah, I remember physically like having this pain in my chest, and I was like, "What do you mean the sun's gonna explode? Am I gonna be here to see it?" And I'm like, "Oh God, no! Please, I don't want the sun to explode. Everyone on Earth lives. Other people that I know live on Earth are cool." Yeah. So ever since then, I kind of been fascinated with outer space.
That's actually pretty good. In terms of media, I would say, like, I know you're a big fan of Star Wars too as well. Is there any other like media? What would you say like your favorite like space type media?
Gonna shout out the amazing TV show The Expanse and the book series, The Expanse series. They're super awesome. They're finished. Unlike certain very popular, fantasy books. George R.R. Martin, finish your fucking book.
We need that in the book.
It's because his editors worked on this book. Yeah. So the book has been finished. The story's out. It's great. The gist of it is basically you have Earth being super overpopulated, so people had to move out to the asteroid belts and outer planets, and then because they've been living out there for so long, they sort of became accustomed to the lesser gravity. Yeah. So they're sort of like more elongated than regular humans. They call them belters. And then there's all this like inner planetary conflict between the belters and the earthers, And then they've also colonized Mars. So you have Martians who are like super militaristic. And it's this 3-way faction battle of, political intrigue between who the real ruler of the solar system is. And it gets into a lot of weird, crazy stuff. After the first book, alien technology gets introduced.
Yeah.
And people start getting infected and becoming zombies, alien zombies. And and of course, like all problems, some crazy CEO billionaire wants to harness that power and experiments on people to try to make it a super efficient battery. And it causes lots of wacky, crazy things to happen.
Oh my God, that's
without
scary.
spoiling too much. But spoiling a lot. we get into intergalactic travel because of the alien technology.
Oh, okay. Forget that, people. If you ever get into Expanse, don't watch the stream. At least don't rewatch that. I'm glad that you actually brought up the CEO thing because now actually this is the perfect time to pivot. Sorry, I just wanted to pivot to like one of the main questions that I was gonna ask you today. So you mentioned about like the CEO and about like it's just multi-billionaire wants to do a lot of different stuff, and you actually currently work for well, I guess former CEO now, but like a large company that falls in like this capitalistic like area of like the U.S. Amazon. You do
Shout out
deliveries,
Daddy
right?
Bezos.
Yeah, to shout out Daddy Bezos. I wanted to hear like kind of some of your experience because you're one of the few people that I know that do like delivery driving, and on top of that is for like a major company like Amazon, which I would say like a lot of people have kind of grown accustomed to using, and like Amazon has done like a lot of different changes, at least affecting like public malls and a lot of different things. So I kind of just wanted to hear some of your opinions on work and then like the culture that comes from Amazon.
Well, I've only been working there for 6 months as of today-ish. What do you want to know exactly?
Let's go into first of like just getting the job. Getting the job into your position now.
Yeah, so hopefully my employers don't see this, but getting the job, it was actually really easy after I applied because I applied during peak season. So towards the end of October, beginning of November, when they were gearing up for peak season and like Christmas and all that and holidays. So I applied, got an interview within a day of applying because my buddy Brian's brother, he worked there, so he put in a good word in for me, and I was
shout out Brandon.
Shout out Brandon. I was able to get an interview within like a day of putting in my application, and after my interview, they were like, "Hey, so you ready to start?" And I was like, "This is the fastest I've ever been hired," because before then I've also been like trying to get data science or data analytics type of jobs, but you know, I've only had a few interviews here and there, maybe 4 out of the thousands of applications that I put in. So sometimes the process for that would be a couple of months or so. I got hired within like 3 days, and I was like, wow, that's a red flag. And they're like, all right, you have 3 days of training, then you're on your own. So yeah, it was crazy. I knew it was going to be a shit show from the get-go. I've heard all the horror stories, and I was like, yeah, well, I need the money. Because also another reason why I wanted a secondary job is because I had to put down my cat, and it cost a lot of money.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it'd be like that. And that was the fastest job I could get at the time. So yeah. What else do you want to know about?
I guess like some of your day-to-day, I know you shared this before of like something that I actually didn't know about, that what Amazon does is like they record their drivers, and it feels very post-apocalyptic.
Dystopian?
Dystopian, yeah. Actually, yeah, that's a better word. Dystopian, and I would say it kind of relates to like what you were talking about of like earlier with the Expanse. So I just kind of wanted to hear more about that as well for the chat too.
So yeah, I mean, so the way the structure that Amazon has their delivery drivers is actually very nefarious, because what they do is we don't technically work for Amazon. We work for a third-party contracting company.
Yes.
And so, like, for example, let's say people try to unionize or something. It might get a little political, but they won't terminate the contracts with the employees because that would be illegal. What they do is they no longer continue to work with that certain delivery partner that they have, just to get around that type of stuff. So again, like, I'm a delivery for Amazon guy, but not really. And so that also kind of leads into sort of a lot of different rules, right? So some delivery partner managers will have very different rules than another one, even in the same station.
Yeah.
Like I've heard crazy stories from like, so there's also like a group of there's a Discord group for Amazon drivers, and I've read some of their stories here and there. Some of them don't even have the camera that records them.
They don't?
Yeah, and then like some of them are just integrating it and stuff like that. So your experience will vary depending on your boss, where you're at, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if that answers your question.
No, that does. No, that definitely does. Again, it's a very scary thing. Something that you never expected. I just wanted to also know, like, since working for this large company, like, you notice like how it's affected like the country. I would say like right now in my local mall, I'm seeing like a lot of stores closing. And I overheard a conversation where like some people were asking like, why is this place closing? I believe it was I can't recall the spot. But one of the cashiers had mentioned that like, yeah, like online delivery has definitely affected like a lot of stores. So we just wanted to know kind of some of your opinions on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's changed people's perceptions a lot of like what is realistic for this sort of order. So like, let's say you order, I don't know, coffee from a mom and pop shop, like, trying to get your coffee beans from them because you want their particular coffee beans. And you're like, okay, well, delivery, everyone thinks Amazon, you'll get it within a day or two, but it'll take like a couple of weeks to get it delivered from here. Or like if you order clothes from somewhere, like I don't know, what's a popular clothing?
Vans.
Vans,
Yeah.
sure. You want to get some Vans shoes, but there's no Vans store near you, or you order from them and they don't have your size. It'll take a couple of weeks to get your stuff, but everyone expects the Amazon delivery window of like a day or two, so that affects local shops, and they're I guess they're returning customers since they have that expectation of rapid deliveries.
Yeah.
There was something else I was gonna say. In regards to like things that I've noticed, I've seen a lot of piss bottles. Not related, but there's a lot of piss bottles. You think it's a joke? It's not a joke. I remember there's a quick little story.
Yeah.
So they have this thing where it's called like sniping or rescuing or sweepers or whatever. There's many different names, but basically they send, like, I won't have my own route, but they'll send me to go take a couple of packages or like a couple of like stops off of somebody, between like 30 or like 40.
Yeah.
I went to go rescue this guy, and it was late at night, and I already like had finished rescuing like 4 other people before him.
Oh, okay.
And he still had a lot of stops. So they sent me and another guy. So like a double rescue is crazy to me. And I saw in his van, because he was in one of the big box vans.
Yeah.
He had a fucking piss jug. Not a piss bottle, a piss jug. Like one of those gallon jugs.
Imagine breaking.
So I understand that some people probably feel that pressure, like that they have to like keep going. They're not allowed to take their breaks or something, because if they don't, you're behind. And if you're behind, your managers will be like, hey, why are you behind? Is there something going on? Are you facing issues on the road? We're going to send someone to come help you. And like, that's sort of like a double-edged sword. Like, oh, thank you, someone's coming to help me and take a couple of stops.
Yeah.
But at the same time, them taking those stops cuts into your hours, because then you can't deliver those packages.
Yeah.
I know certain delivery partners, they guarantee you the 10 hours. So even if you finish early, you still get paid for 10 hours. The ones out here in Palmdale, not that I know of, they don't do that. At least the one that I work for.
Oh.
So
okay.
if you do 5 hours of work, you get paid for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Even though during the interview process, they tell you 10 hours guaranteed.
Oh, that's okay. That sucks. That's something I didn't know. And I'm glad that you brought it up. Just like, I guess more people can know and can be wary once they're applying for Amazon.
But honestly, like, the job, it's simple.
Yeah.
But it's not easy, right? Because you get your packages, you go deliver, that's it. You get to point A, point B. Death Stranding. I'm walking with my little backpack. I'm just a little delivery boy. Yeah. But there's so many things that happen on the road every single day, whether it's someone's van or it's the van that they give you, or your package. Like one of the packages breaks. I've had to help somebody, like marinara sauce, because I guess people order marinara. It's broken and it gets all over the rest of the packages, so you can't deliver them. Or someone had like popping boba, get attacked by dogs, get attacked by people who are high off their mind. potential car accidents, right? Because you're on the road delivering for like 10 hours. What is some other stuff? Sometimes the GPS system that we use, it's so wacky. It'll tell you to deliver at this location. Then your next stop is like 20 minutes away. But then you have 20 more stops back where you were at like earlier in the day. So it has this weird routing algorithm that's supposed to be, you know, efficient, but it really doesn't feel like it, especially when it'll put you on a main road. Like sometimes when we had to deliver out in Pasadena, I would be on a main road, and then there would be cars just driving back and forth, and then it would have me going down one way, but the stop spot I had to deliver at was across the road.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, "Are you trying to get me killed?" Like, so you know.
I guess it's a little bullshit with the AI.
So again, there's like job very simple, straightforward, deliver packages, but there are a bunch of little things that add up to make your day very, very difficult.
Yeah. So be considerate when you're getting your packages late, people. You know, there's a lot of different obstacles that this guy's already encountered.
Yeah, and like me personally, I try to not order from Amazon as much as I can. And like me, like this is sort of, I try to support local businesses when I can. Yeah. You know, I don't go to a Starbucks if I'm gonna get coffee. I go to like a local shop, local coffee shop, or I don't go to the bigger brand stores if I can help it. But you know, it's sort of hard when you're living in a hellscape.
Yeah.
You know, so you kind of have to.
It's difficult. Yeah, it just makes you feel like you have no choices. Before we pivot, I just wanted to check on time. Yeah, let's see. All right, well, I'll get on time. All right. I guess any final words on like the Amazon topic before we pivot?
None that I can say legally.
All right, we can say it on Astro.
Oh wait, actually, real quick, if you want to know more about like the sort of Amazon situation, there's this YouTuber. I think his name is Oba. He went undercover at an Amazon facility. He ended up getting discovered like within a week, and he decided to make a running joke where he would sell the Amazon drivers piss bottles as a drink on Amazon, and it became the highest rated.
What
thing? Yeah, he didn't actually give anyone any piss or whatever.
Yeah,
but again, he was just trying to show like the weird, crazy loopholes that can happen on Amazon, like what an Amazon delivery driver's experience is like.
Yeah.
So like he showed his little his niece, buying a bunch of dangerous gardening equipment. Yeah, like big old knives, big like cutting equipment, and I guess like in the UK where he lives. You need to get like verified, but Amazon wasn't doing that. And he showed like how like they handle their offshore stuff. Oops.
No, you're right.
To not get in trouble legally. But then it's a really great video on YouTube. Maybe we can link it later or something. Or
well, can you name the YouTuber again?
I think it's Uba. He's like a journalist for Vice. He also he's such a freaking troll. he pretended to he created a fake ramen spot. And it was the back of his house.
What? Okay.
And he did like he was able to get it like Yelp reviewed. Had people requesting to, what is it like reserve reservations for like 5 months out.
I'm piecing together. I've seen that video before. Yeah. I didn't know it was that guy.
He's such a troll. He's a great journalist. Absolutely fantastic journalist.
That's insane. Okay, that's insane. That's good. All right. I guess just to end off the Amazon topic. So. I know you're actually one of the few people that own a 3D printer. And 3D printing is like a kind of newer technology. It's kind of become more, what is it called?
More commercially available?
Yes, exactly. So I just wanted to hear your thoughts and opinions about like what the 3D printer space is, kind of like some of the culture behind it, and your experience with it as well.
It's really fucking cool. And how it sort of gives people the ability to, like, if you're good at designing, it gives you the ability to imagine something and then print it out. I've seen people 3D print stuff for their cars. Again, you just have to use different material. There's 3D printers that print out like metal. The one that I have, it just prints out plastic. There's some that do like wood 3D printing. There's not commercially available yet, but there's 3D printing that prints in the air. Well, it prints in like a little liquid gel material, and then you can make like weird shapes. But I think it's extremely fascinating. Right now, I have been using it mainly to just print out nerdy stuff. So little figurines for tabletop games.
Yeah.
I've printed out stuff for Magic the Gathering to like count down your dice.
Is one of the dice that you brought one of them?
It's like a little thing over there.
Uh-huh.
The counters. I printed out. So another great thing about 3D printing is, right, you could, if you have a problem or a need, and like you don't want to go to the store to get something, and you'd rather spend like 10 hours printing something, like I did. My problem was we needed to like separate our compost from our actual trash, right?
Yeah.
But we didn't have a compost bin. And I was getting kind of tired of doing that, so I printed out a compost bin with like a little lid. And then I think I have a picture of it, but I don't know if you want to get it in on the chat like real quick.
Oh yeah, no. If you could throw it in the, I don't know how we would do it on the Twitch chat,
yeah.
but probably somebody could actually like show it in front of the camera.
But yeah, I printed out like a whole little bin.
Well, what size are we talking about? Like, we were talking about like this, like.
Like this big.
You're talking. Oh.
Yeah, like a little compost bin.
And I'm thinking of like the big gray bins that you see at like the side of houses.
Oh God, no!
All right, I have just like random ass imagination with that.
You know what? I actually don't have a photo of it.
All good, bro. You can try. You can probably share it another time. Chat. I guess if you follow him on Instagram, you'll probably see it.
Now I have to post it.
now you gotta post it. Oh my God.
I printed a 3D figure for my brother for a Christmas present, like a little Spider-Man figure.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. I have a lot of 3D cosplay STL files that I have yet to print that I'm looking into printing and potentially selling.
Yeah.
Like Helldivers, Warhammer, a lot of helmets, cosplay pieces.
Yeah.
Just because I've been seeing that it's getting pretty popular. Or maybe it's just because I keep following accounts that do it. I'm thinking it's popular, but there looks like there's a market for it. To get like quality pieces. Like let's say, for example, you want to cosplay as like, I don't know, Sora from Kingdom of Hearts, but you don't have the time to make, his Keyblade.
Yeah.
You could just hit somebody up. He's like, hey, these are like dimensions. I don't know if you can design it or if there's already like an STL file. Pay you some money, and then bada bing, bada boom.
Wow.
Yeah, because then like the cosplayer can probably work on something else that they need to do.
Yeah, definitely. It's cool that like you're reaching out to people to kind of design this work, or like that's something you could do within the community. Have you considered learning to design yourself, or even like selling some of the some of the products that you've already printed, and will I guess plan and print in the future?
Yeah. Sort of. Again, I'm like, this is very early stages of me just doing like market research.
Yeah.
I've learned a little bit of Blender. I made a little donut. There's a tutorial to make a donut.
Yeah.
I made that. With the help of a friend, I helped us. We made a keycap.
Yeah.
Pom pom pudding, and then I printed out the keycap, and then put it on my mechanical keyboard, and was able to use it like a regular key. There are plans. I just don't know when. Maybe end of this year. Hopefully, we can get some stuff out. A lot of people sort of do like, kind of like, I mean, you didn't get into it, but the AI slop of like people will like just print out or like design something. So there's a lot of people who will print out random little trinkets and stuff. There's like fidget toys, and things like that. And if you look on Etsy, that's like the major thing that you'll see. Like there's these little dragons. They're called like articulation dragons. Yeah, a lot of people sell those.
I've actually that's one of the few things that I've heard about like the 3D printing community is that people are kind of just downloading stuff that they found online and then selling it for like a large price, like at conventions. Some people say like they go out of the way to just avoid like those tables in general because there's just some designs that they see like constantly online.
Yeah, like you should print out like quality stuff or like something that's different. If you're gonna try to make a 3D printing business, I would say.
And go for original. Yeah.
Because another video that I was watching was this guy was talking about how where his interests intersected. He was doing paintball, and then he was like, "Oh, you know what would be cool to do like modifications to my paintball gun." So he 3D printed out some modifications for it, and then when he took it out to the range or whatever, the paintball battleground. Yeah. And like he would what is it called? I guess shoot with it. People are like, oh, that's so cool. Where did you get that? And he's like, oh, I made it myself. Do you want to buy it? Yeah. And then they would buy it off of him. He would print them one out, and then, yeah, that's how he made. small little business. Actually, surprisingly, I connected with somebody in Palmdale or in Lancaster. Going back to Amazon real quick, I was doing a delivery, and I had a delivery for a coffee shop. I didn't realize I had to deliver it. I just had to use the restroom, and I was like, "Oh, I actually have a package for you guys." And when I got their package, I was like, "You know what? I'm already here. Let me go on my lunch." And then I was just chilling there for a little bit. I overheard someone who was talking about 3D print. Well, he said there's this like 3D printing website called Thingiverse, and he was mentioning it to somebody, and they were just chit chatting, and I was being nosy, so I was like eavesdropping. I was like, Thingiverse, what? So after the person he was talking to left, I went to go use the restroom, and I was like, hey, do you 3D print and stuff? And he was telling me, he's like, yeah, I have this. We followed each other on Instagram and stuff, and he gave me like these little 3D flowers that he printed out.
Oh, that's cute.
But I put it in my Amazon jacket because it was cold.
Yeah.
And then I forgot it in the jacket. So someone else at the facility has that right now.
Oh, okay. You never tried getting it back?
No. I didn't even bother. Yeah, but he was telling me like he was also thinking about doing like 3D printing stuff for like cosplay and things like that. So I know there is like a lot of people are thinking of that as a market, right? Geeks love their little nerdy props.
No,
right?
no, exactly.
Think about like all the cool stuff that nerds will spend lots of money, like a replica of a lightsaber, or Yoda's lightsaber, Anakin's lightsaber. So.
Yeah, it's a market, bro. Get in that. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I was actually gonna ask you too, like if you met anybody within the 3D community, 3D printing community space. Okay, just checking on time. Any final words on just like people who are trying to get into 3D printing or want to learn more about it?
Get an FDM printer. It's a lot easier. If you get a resin printer or SLA printer, there is a much larger curve because you'll be working with resin, which is toxic. I have had my accident where I like spilled some resin on myself and I had a rash that lasted for a week on my hand. So if I get cancer, hell yeah.
Why am I laughing?
I don't know. Yeah, so you're gonna need protected. You need the PPE like gloves, eyewear. I mean, you don't have to go full bunny suit, but still, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Again, when you 3D print, there's a lot of toxic fumes. So some people are like, oh, make sure you have a like proper ventilation. That goes for both like resin and FDM. I just put it in my garage and hope I don't get cancer. Oh boy. But yeah, we'll see.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I didn't know about that. I know you mentioned before about the garage thing. So yeah, I'm glad that you brought that up for people who just don't know.
There's a lot of like safety stuff that people have done in the research, but like commercial usage for 3D printing is so new still. We're not really sure of like the adverse effects on the users.
Oof.
So
we're test rabbits now. Yeah. We'll find out in 20 more years when there's more data.
So just be careful if you want to get into 3D printing. And I mean, the community is really great, honestly. If you have any questions, there's like huge Discord you can be a part of. Yeah. Everyone's always willing to help out because you always have problems with the design or the support system. Like one of my other coworkers at Amazon, he also has 3D prints, or like he has 3D printers. And he just got into resin, and he was asking me a bunch of questions of like helping set it up and like how to use it. And he was like, "Oh, damn, this is actually a lot more than I thought." And I was like, "Yeah, it's because I had to help him for like 30 minutes to like properly place supports on the thing he was trying to print out for his cousin." And he was like, "This is so much harder than FDM printing."
My bad. Yeah. Well, I want to know anything about it. Also, I wanted to know like the price. How much did you pay for your printer?
My resin printer was like $300 plus the curing station was like $400 in total. Yeah. And then the newest printer that I bought was around $900. Oh shit. Plus the filament is like another $200. So I spent at least, I think so far, $1,200 on like my whole, like all my printing stuff. Yeah.
You see where those Amazon checks are going.
Yeah,
thanks, Daddy Bezos.
Shout out to Daddy Bezos.
Oh my God, that's good. That's good. So we still have some time. I do want to go all the way back because you mentioned how you graduated from. Actually, can you mention the school again?
Yeah, I graduated from Cal Poly Pomona in 2019 with a degree in physics. Emphasis on astrophysics.
Oh man. I'm glad for that. And I wanted to know kind of your college experience. I remember we've had several conversations regarding college, and then you had given me some solid advice that I've taken actually like into my schooling. So I just wanted to kind of like, well, at least tell us your college experience first.
Um, it was an experience. I had, a lot of internships, and I realized it's not what I wanted to do. It was a great time. I still talk to like all my friends. I had 2 professors die from cancer, so we'll see. we'll see if that'll get me. And then
What are we laughing?
yeah, it's fucking it's sad. I don't know. I feel like I didn't. I have some regrets in like how I applied myself to like all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But in regards to like the internships I had, I realized that I didn't actually like it. The work that I was doing in regards to like coding and all that.
Yeah.
It's still very, very cool and like what we were doing in regards to space. But it wasn't for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what is for you then? Like, what do you feel like is? Like, how have you changed over that?
That's a great question. I'm still trying to figure it out.
As we all are.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm kind of just sort of wanting to get back into things that I enjoy. So I feel like that might be more of a what are we working on stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, save that concept for later.
But I don't know. I'm trying to find things that spark joy.
Mm-hmm. So what are your tips, I guess, final words for the college part? Like, what are your, recommendations, tips for students who are kind of going into college or wanting to pursue higher education?
Everyone tells you that you get a degree, you'll get a job. That's not true anymore. It's who you know. It's the real shit. It's all about connections and how well you can intersect your skills with the people you know. So that's why I told Caesar to get out there as best as he can and take every opportunity that came in his direction, I guess, right? Is that what I told you? I told you, like, just keep... I don't remember what I told you, but I guess it was enough to make you want to go to New York, so I don't know.
It was that, like, apply yourself, get involved. I think that's the thing that you said, too. You felt like you were never involved within, like, the college space.
Really? I said that?
Yeah, I think so. Like clubs. You did mention internships, but you did say you did internships. So
that's funny because like I think I was fairly involved, right? I was like a club president. I was a treasurer. I was a scheduler. Like I did all that stuff. So
yeah. Oh, okay. So
was that Alejandro who said that, or?
No, it was definitely you. Like we had that. I think that was the tip that you gave me. You just said get involved.
Right. I have a bad memory. It must have been from all the blackout drinking I had during college because of the stress of exams.
So enjoy my time now.
Yeah. So enjoy your time when you can.
Okay, cool. So yeah, now that I guess they're counting me down. Now we're gonna switch over on chairs. Now we can get this position. So if you don't already know, he's getting some curls in. We're now on this part of the segment with our interviewees about when do I know what they're... Okay, hold on. Let me just say it again. 1, 2, 3. What are you working on?
I'm working on some curls right now.
Oh, okay.
But right now I'm sort of working on a lot of different passion projects, which I don't know, might be a good thing, might not be a good thing. I am learning how to make video games, which it's been a minute since I've coded and done some of that stuff. I'm getting back into writing. I'm reading more. I'm doing the 3D printing stuff. So I'm just trying to find things that, again, spark joy, meaning what I'm working on. Because the main thing that I wanted to do with physics was learn how to code physics into video games, because video games are cool. Yeah. So
you found a new passion within that old work.
Yeah, basically.
That's great. No, I love that. Any video game that we should be looking on the lookout for? What are you trying to make?
So recently in popularity, there's this game called Vampire Slayer, the mobile game. Yeah. You play as a little guy and you just sort of move around and he shoots a bunch of stuff. It's kind of like a bullet shooter. I'm thinking of making a game called I'm Out of Spells, but I'm Not Out of Shells. And it's going to be this wizard. And every time you kill mobs, they'll drop a gun. I've been a little stuck on that game for a minute because the automatic shotgun that I had became a fucking machine gun.
What?
I can post up the clips later, but yeah, the game was not working the way I wanted it to. And that's mainly it. So I've had a couple of hiccups, but I got that to work, so I might start working on it again.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm glad for that.
Fail forward.
Fail forward.
That's another thing I learned a lot this past year, past 2 years really, failing and not letting it stop you.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much. Astro Ed on Instagram. So now back to another performance by Isaac Lugo. Yeah, let's get to it. I'm gonna set it up.
It's all good. Hello? Um, anyway, guys, I, I'm not sure if this is the last song, but I didn't really prepare for more. But if I have to do another song, it will be done. Just because I'm magic. This song is an original song. Nobody's heard it yet. It's a song I've been working on. It's a song called Exclusive, yeah. It's a song. Oh, yeah. Okay. Mm, so yeah, this is a new song. I'm still working on it. So when it just like cuts off suddenly, you know it's over. Yeah. Anyway, this song is called Miss Sanchez. It may or may not be about my friend Saul, but that's up for y'all to decide. Start that over. I missed my. Give me a second. I'm supposed to start like right away. Give me a second. All right, right. That's one. That's not what I All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Um, sh- I want to give a shout out to Caesar for setting all this up. I want to give a shout out to Jeff for being here. Fuck Brian. Nah, bro. Shout out to Brian. Shout out to Goosey. They came from very far away. I had to come from very far away to my room. But you know, God gives his toughest battles to his strongest angels. You know, or something like that. I don't know. I don't know the quote. But yeah, thank you for having me. I've had a great time. Hope you enjoyed the songs. Two of those were not mine. Two of those were mine. And it was cool. Um, I don't know if we're all gonna get up here and like take a bow. That'd be pretty cool. We got one more. One more, baby. Um, oh, so yeah, that was a song I'm working on called Miss Sanchez. It may or may not be about my friend Mr. Saul Sanchez, but that's neither here nor there.